welcome back to 709 Meridian, an audio commentary podcast. We are your hosts, Dee and Andrew,
Hello.
and we're about to close up our yearly Summer of Duologies series with 1980's The Fog by the auteur John Carpenter.
Yes, indeed. So 709, of course, started with Halloween. Technically started with the Halloween H40 trilogy, sort of. We've done some. We've got two Carpenters this summer. The joke, of course, is that Carpenter's been entirely remade, so we could do a whole summer of duologies with nothing but Carpenter. Plus, we could throw in the Escape from LA, Escape from New York thing, and then we could just do it. But we didn't do that because it's a little bit too obvious. So instead, we're doing The Fog, partially because I want to watch the first Fog, and partially because I don't want to watch the next one. So based on how our hits are going lately, suffering through Fog 2005 is just what the listeners want. So, 1980s The Fog. We can just. I'm ready to hit it whenever you are, and we can just talk as we go because I got way too much trivia.
Bet. Count her off.
All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Will we get the Avco embassy is what I'm waiting for.
Wow. Studio Canal.
Yeah. So I don't know if I mentioned it on. There we are. Avco Embassy, brought to you by Coca-Cola, folks.
Avco Embassy.
You remember how cool that logo was till about 1985? Like, that was like high tech.
That was
shit.
like, oh, snap. Computers.
Here we go. We're going to start with some John Houseman here.
Oh, yeah.
Entirely John Houseman dumped in, yeah.
From the very popular 709 Meridian, The Babysitter.
That's true. That's true. We're tying it in. Okay, folks, look at this shot, though. Your Panavision, try to imagine that pan and scan. Oh. And so The Fog was, and this, of course, is going to be Dean Cundy shooting The Fog, one of our 709 Hall of Famers. But The Fog was, as we've talked about before, just this sort of, it was a Laserdisc rediscovery, 15 years on. That's a really kind of interesting phenomenon to think about now, because 15 years ago now is 2011 or whatever. What movies did we miss in 2011? And the kind of idea is that we don't miss anymore. Like, yes, we don't go see Dread and we fuck that up or something, or Birds of Prey. I'm not. Oh, that's my hill. But it's also somebody at the point. Somebody saw it at the time, right? And so the difference is The Fog came out in 80, came out on video probably in, I don't know, 82, 83 or something, and nobody saw it letterboxed or widescreen again, except maybe some LA revival houses or something. I don't even know if that would have been a thing in 15 years. But then during the big John Carpenter mid-90s, I can get a little bit of cash for recording an audio commentary. They did all this. Of course, Carpenter produced some of these, so I don't know if he had like a stake in it, but like he was really all in on the special editions in the 90s. I can't think of any other director who's done, I think Carpenter's done a commentary track for every one of his movies at this point. So yeah, so this got like a little soft rediscovery in the mid 90s. They did the remake. It was a big, they had all the special features. So there was a really nice DVD release from like MGM in the
Hmm.
early 2000s, I remember. Yeah. So, but I said I might listen to the commentary. I did not. Uh, Still recommend it. It's got to be out there. I'm sure they just ported it over. But it talks about how they basically made the movie ready for release in 79, a year after Halloween, and it tested like shit. And so they basically remade it, including throwing in John Houseman.
That's right. Back in the day, he was as prestige as you could get.
Did John Houseman and George C. Scott ever do anything together? Or if do they touch and turn into a gel like in Time Cop?
Yeah, it's maybe.
So we got Deborah Hill producing, and I mean it is like this is Carpenter's what, fourth movie? Dark Star.
Oh wait, isn't that him?
Is that him? I'll have to keep an eye out. It might be. Because the original they say that the original cut is much more Hitchcockian. That is JC right there. Look at him. Um, yeah, I think this is just his fourth movie. So we're getting that sort of POV camera uh, out of Halloween, but it's a very different sort of context here. We got drunk Hal Holbrook, and The Fog is one of those 70s movies that just has like, I don't think the poster had the poster faces, poster, what is that? Poster face stamps? What did Ebert
Oh,
even call that? But
the little boxes.
the little boxes with the pictures of the stars in it, because it was Jackie Cooper who was going to get you to watch Superman 3, god damn it, Jackie Cooper. Um but this is one where they could have done that because we've just got, I mean, Hal Holbrook was, by the 80s, he had like a little bit more of a veneer of respectability, but Hal Holbrook was in fucking everything in the 70s. Like,
Yeah, he was in a. I think that's him in one of the slashers where he only had a limited time to film it, and all of his just all of his scenes are completely separate from
yeah,
everybody else.
he'd become John Houseman. He was C grade John Houseman. Or B. I'd say he was B grade John Houseman. But he was gonna do more. John Houseman was just gonna sit there.
Although he was Al Holbrook was good in Creepshow.
Yeah, I think, I mean, he does have some bad performances, but I feel like he's pretty solid, like for one of these guys. Um, so if you want to talk about introducing the concept really fast, how about we just have some shit happen at the church right away and set up the movie? Also starring Tom Atkins. The joke of that is that Tom Atkins is the fucking lead. At this point, Carpenter was married to Adrienne Barbeau.
Mm,
And so this one's sort of just about how fucking sexy Adrienne Barbeau is, which is
right?
also what
Because doesn't this is
basically
another
every,
one
yeah.
where the hair changes, right?
Mm-hmm. Her hair is going to go up to down. All right, we got Charles Cypher's back. They made an Adrienne Barbeau action figure for something. I'm like, that's fucking,
Really?
yeah, like a special, like, $150 special thing.
Huh.
Nancy Loomis is in this, Nancy Keys. Um, I think she's got a fairly big part in this one too. She's Janet Leigh's assistant, so she's got a lot of funny
Mm,
lines. How she did not. So we'll have that again. We'll have me whining that she was not a huge star.
look at that. Love the
Yep.
light.
Just so fucking good.
And starring Hal
And
Holbrook.
starring Hal Holbrook. If there should be a if not a book, there should be a great YouTube video explaining all the fucking
Mm,
um,
yeah.
cast list requirements and shit from the who would it be, SAG or something?
Hmm.
Yeah, look at that. Oh man, Tommy Lee Wallace is back on the production design.
Uh,
But the way they talk about the other version in the audio commentary, it just is one of those things where it like doesn't make sense that it hasn't been released.
hmm.
Like maybe it doesn't exist, but or it's not finished or something, but I don't know. It seems like it'd be a great special feature, an undiscovered John Carter, or it they could hype it like the fucking Superman 2, the Donner cut or something. Like,
Yeah, why not? I mean, there's starting to be more interest in older movies that, have a lot of either footage or something than anything put out recently.
yeah, we've sort
Everything's getting
of,
rediscovered,
yeah.
but I'll be damned if they drop another Army of Darkness.
Larry Franco. They got to do Army of Darkness. There's going to be a cartoon now.
I'm saying, how many editions does
Oh, I
the
know.
actual,
It
you know,
has what, four, at least three. If I'm not bullshitting, three, maybe four, potentially five. It's on par. It's almost on par with Blade Runner. Like, and I don't understand how fucking Ridley Scott just doesn't do that with all of his shit because like he's got nothing going. Like,
mm,
where's the TV miniseries version of Gladiator and shit? Like,
right? How come they haven't done that? The spin-off show,
we saw the preview for
prequel
the
to the,
second one. Ugh.
yeah,
I mean, like everybody said, it's nice that Denzel Washington's in. Give me that John Houseman part. I'll sit here and talk, but which is unfair because I mean that was no, because Morgan Freeman. The big deal about Morgan Freeman was he moved around, right? He was not your dude who sat
yeah,
and
he was still
talked.
kind of
He was
active.
active, and like Sam Jackson's keeping that up because Sam Jackson's what 70, like
Yeah, he's getting, yeah.
yeah. Got to introduce Nick Fury Jr. soon or something.
Or they'll just kill him. Yeah, they might have to. So Nick Fury Jr. will be white Nick Fury again, probably,
Oh damn! Who
just
could
so
you?
we could
Oh
keep it
shit!
fair to
Oh no!
certain
Oh
people.
no! Oh no, dude! I've got it. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna say it. It's Jonah Hill.
Oh God,
It's Jonah Hill doing his Green Hornet.
ah, oof.
Okay, let's keep an eye on Jamie Lee's hair too. She was very busy, and I think this because prom night was post Halloween, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been post Halloween, maybe pre Halloween too,
Yeah.
or the
So
same year. I don't what
was prom night 80? I think it was.
prom night was. Okay, so yeah,
So she would have
it
been
was Terror
filming
Train and
70,
Halloween 2,
80.
81, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Okay, so the commentary for this scene is fantastic because this is where they reveal this was filmed in John Carpenter's garage. And that's how
Oh
you
wow,
really do a talking in the car at night is
yeah,
you got Tommy Lee Wallace on one side and the other dude on the other side shaking the car.
taking a truck. Whoa,
And that is actually the first Assault on Precinct 13, Halloween 78, and the Fog commentary tracks are that's really Carpenter talking about making a lot out of a little bit of money. And it'd be nice if that could be rediscovered just in terms of maybe someday we could have good low budget. I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know if I'm sorry, fellow white men. I don't know that I'm gonna ever really give a fucking 28-year-old white guy a shot if some straight white guy again. I'm sorry.
good
You fucked
googly
it up.
goo.
Yeah. So there we go. Does
It's
she have a
Barbeau.
kid somewhere? She has a kid somewhere in this. I mean, because
Yeah,
that was Adrienne Barbeau's thing is she was like
she was the night DJ.
she's like a 26-year-old MILF, basically, which was a big deal in the 70s.
Cause
You
yeah,
didn't
they
have that
already gave her
shit.
a kid. Yeah, they gave
Yeah.
her the kid on. I just saw a video of episode of Maud where she was in that outfit popping it. She was the original young MILF.
Hmm.
I think that's why they kept saddling her with a kid. And of course, this is right before Escape from New York.
Yeah.
So in a way, Carpenter he had his stock players
Yep. The John Carpenter Repertory Company or whatever.
repertoire carpet company.
I think he's even referred to him as that. I think Buck Flowers is in this one. And I think
Mm,
this is like because Buck Flowers, I think, was in They Live and probably something else. But
mhm.
like in the 70s, Buck Flowers was either in um he wasn't like in porn, but like I think he was in like close to porn as like a bit player. I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually seen. I don't know if Buck Flowers was a performer. Anyway, what I'm saying is that John Carpenter like discovered,
Well,
not discovered him, but he was in this. Yeah.
with that name, ain't
Yeah, George Buck Flowers. Like, what do we think he was going to do with that? Um,
that him?
yeah, I don't know if I knew that before I said it, or if it's just this is so ingrained at this point. It's been a long ass time since I've seen this one though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a minute. I kept avoiding it on Pluto because they had, I guess, a Jamie Lee Curtis month. They just kept playing this and Halloween and Terror Train over and over again.
Road Games was Road Games on there? Isn't
I
is
think
that
so.
okay?
Yeah. Then another channel kept playing Trading Places.
which is Paramount. So it should be on. No.
Yeah.
Whatever keeps you in business long enough, Paramount. Whatever keeps you in business long enough. But I mean, this is a lot more expensive than Halloween. Like, this has got to be.
Yeah, because it costs money to. They actually worked on water, so
They worked on water, they had boats, they had a
there's different
fog
sets.
machine. Yeah, they didn't have a fog machine on Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween just kind of primarily took place in a sort of stationary area. This is all over the place.
Yeah, costumes, multiple three costumes. It's a lot. So basically, what wasn't in the original one for sure was all the jump scares. And that's, they were like, we want the jump scares. And so Rob Bottin plays the head of the ghosts.
Ah,
But the fog's basically just a series of great shots and, oh,
yeah,
middling
moody
story.
shit.
Yeah, like this shit.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I think even more than Halloween, lots of this would be really effective in a big dark theater.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd also have to have audience participation and just stand with the damn movie. You know, people nowadays they just trail the hell off.
no, you can't. If somebody made something like The Fog today, it'd be like some indie fucking A24 horror movie. And it's just like, this was just a movie in 1980. Like, this was just like,
Right. It
people
nobody was
complain,
concerned about keeping you know, the brand up.
or the engagement up. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
like Carpenter could have just did this as a short film.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, we got to watch her hair, but because the other thing is, it's gonna about to cut to the next day,
Hmm.
and Assault on Precinct 13 all took place in like a set amount of time. Like, it had a really short window. It took place over one afternoon and night. Halloween basically took place over one afternoon and night. This actually, like, we're gonna have people go to bed and wake up in the morning. So you're seeing Carpenter like Tom Atkins.
Getting down to business.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like, wow, Tom Atkins.
And this is him without his mustache. What the hell?
Hmm.
He's still supposed to be, I guess, young dad mode before the
Yep.
mustache comes in.
Yep. I think he's in Escape from New York. I think he's a hard ass in Escape from New York, though. He's in hard ass
Right, he's
mode.
one of the background dudes. Or yeah, like the dude right under
Lee, yeah.
Lee. Yeah, So what's the age gap here?
15 years at least.
Yeesh. It's not horrible.
It could be
By
worse. It could be
yeah, 1980
worse.
standards.
Yeah.
He could have been older.
Yeah, folks, if you're not aware of 1980s standards, basically all women in their by the time if you weren't I don't know, late 20s, if you weren't married, you married your dad's best friend type stuff, who might be a little bit older. Like if you watch
Mhm.
Automan, the age gaps between like any TV shows, the age gaps are just incredible.
Yeah, shit. Like it's frightening watching some of those episodes of The Facts of Life
Oh, damn.
where those girls were actually the age of the
Right.
characters pretty much, and you see them with these obviously 40-year-old actors playing college guys, you know?
Is it Alan Thicke playing every one of them? Yeah,
I wouldn't
Alan
be
Thicke.
surprised if he was in one of them. Yeah,
We've already talked about Alan Thicke and Christy Swanson on the pod, right? So there's a
yeah.
reason. I mean, I don't know if there's a if it contributes to her being an awful person, but there's some reasons. There's some things going on. Okay, so we've got a very Hitchcockian shot here. So like that's the other thing they weren't really specific on the commentary was how much did they lose of their original idea,
Mm,
like in terms of reshoots? Because this is very like
wow.
what is this fucking Steven Spielberg and shit? Like Michael, shock, shock.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Mm,
Okay, I'm gonna make a very obvious observation here. I find it incredibly surprising that Carpenter just hasn't partnered with Blumhouse to remake all of his shit.
hmm.
Because they did that with Halloween. Like, this is a proto Blumhouse movie in a lot of ways, right? Like,
Honestly, if they're to remake something like this, again, you can't. It pretty much has to take place either in 1980 or sometime in the early 90s or something. You can't make this
no, this doesn't work. That's the thing is, these movies, and we've seen this with when you make H4Os, movie the shit breaks down once you have like modern technologies and shit, right? Like
there's that and there's a different attitude. Somebody from now thinks differently than people thought back then, and you can't afford to make the same stupid mistakes in the movies that
that is a very good point. Oh, a Back to the Future thing where it's final girls.
yeah, something like that.
What was that final girls movie any good? Didn't they try to do something about? Mm,
I haven't watched it,
okay.
but
It's
I've
got
seen bits and pieces, and
it's got that chick from Watchmen in it, and I refuse to like intentionally watch anything with her in it. Okay, Carpenter clearly learning about some layered dialogue.
wow. So they arrived in Amity.
Yeah, it's a completely different movie. Like,
This is what goes on when the shark's not there. Like they could even had the orca in the back or something.
wait, is that a reference to
Hmm.
Prom Night? Did Prom Night film in Vancouver? Okay, so here we
Oh,
got
here we go.
Janet Leigh and Nancy Loomis Keys. I think some of the problem is they do actually have better like supporting characters in this than who they stick with. Like Adrienne Barbeau's kind of narrating the whole thing, but these two are going to be a lot more fun than spoilers. They're going to be more fun than Tom Atkins and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh yeah, because they're very stock in this, and it's yeah, you're right. The supporting people kind of put life into it.
Because regardless of how much you like Tom Atkins and Jamie Lee Curtis, they are not like the movie
Oh,
stars. Look at this
right.
shit.
Yeah.
Watching Jaws here.
Hmm.
Brody driving to the thing. Yeah. Adrian Barbeau is somebody else who never really got like a great feature.
No, I think it's also because she was of a certain age by you know she definitely wasn't in her 20s anymore. So
Yeah. And that just meant the end of it. And then by the time people were like, holy shit, Adrian Barbeau still looks great, it was like a little bit too late.
yeah,
Like,
that's when she was guest starring on shit. And,
yeah.
yeah, TV kind of embraced her more, which yeah, it wasn't fair.
But she came from TV. And you got to remember, folks, this is the era when you really did not go from TV to movies. Like,
Like honestly, now that I think about it, if Sigourney Weaver hadn't played her, Adrian Barbeau would have been a hell of a Ripley.
yep.
See, you can't do this in the present day. I
No.
mean, look at that big Brady Bunch station wagon they driving, and just the style of everything.
Yeah, we're just fucking enjoying getting to see Janet Leigh in this movie.
Yeah,
Like,
movies don't look natural anymore, like regular.
it's because you don't have like all that shit is either TV shows or it's been entirely replaced by like that Hallmark level of shit is the problem.
Yeah.
Like,
Whew, look at that boat.
I think as much as I like the score in this a lot, but I don't think it's the right score for what they do. Like electronic vistas, mm, bring out bring out the fucking violins or whatever for your vista shots.
Mm. Yeah, Nancy does a great pout. She's
Mhm.
really good at that.
Yes, that the door opened out with no.
Right, with nothing,
That is a terrible sign, actually. I would leave.
especially in a church.
Yeah, like
This is supposed to be a holy place.
trying to remember. They got a special steady cam for um Escape from New York,
Mm.
which they talk about on the commentary track. But um jump scare. Um but they were clearly working their ass off on this one too. Like
I remember reading somewhere where somebody was wondering why The Fog isn't considered a bigger classic, and it's hard to say.
I
Maybe it's
mean,
because there's a lot of lore here, a lot of build up.
yeah, I think the problem is just that it's really fucking cool. Like
Mm.
Carpenter does a really good job a lot of the time, but it just doesn't pay off. And like the buildup is not.
Right. It's not anything expected or anticipated.
I mean, it's just. I mean, it's Tom Atkins ain't much of a lead. Like
It was good playing off the kids though in Night of the Creeps, but that was sort of later on as he got a few more of these under his belt.
as he embraced the dadhood. Yeah.
Right.
So basically, a boat full of lepers showed up and asked if they could chill on one of the like away from the town and like live and die in peace. And the town said fuck you and tried to kill them or something after taking their money.
Mm.
So now the lepers are back.
So he just drags Jamie Lee with him.
She wanted to go. She's, an artist. She's experiencing life and it'll inform her work when she gets to the great white
Yeah.
north. But the other thing is, I mean, there's a wonderful alternate example of how this scene plays in the 1984-85 Godzilla, where you don't see everything that happens on the fucking boat. So it's actually interesting when they're looking around. So there's less than an hour left of this movie, and basically jack shit
Yeah, they're
is
still kind
going
of
on.
it's not even building up a mood yet. Like we've had some creepy shit happen, And it's been what, well over 10 minutes since that went down.
Hmm. And we're not even ready for shit to kick off because there's still because Adrian Barbeau hasn't gotten to work yet, and that's another one of the awesome shots in the movie.
Mm.
But yeah, like everybody always wants to like fucking do a movie where they tell ghost stories, and somehow that's as interesting as watching a movie. But like,
Mm. See, this could have been great in an anthology movie.
yep,
Just need about two or three other good stories. I don't know if it could have fit in Creep Show, but there's just a lot of stretching going on.
yep. But just like the pacing on them and how Holbrook, it's all fucking off. Like,
That was. Because why do you have the Scooby Doo moment and then cut right?
mhm.
Zoinks, let's get out of here.
Oh my god. I'm not going to be able to watch it without hearing the fucking running music, the running sound.
Oh, whew. Wow.
Mhm.
It's right near where the Hulk got married.
Mhm. John Carpenter's like, I can shoot pretty shit. How fucking lucky are they? It was a windy day. Like,
Mm, right, because it wouldn't have looked right without.
yeah, we're 42 minutes in and she's getting to fucking work here. Like, come on.
Wow. The trek all the way down to the lighthouse, then you got to go
Mhm.
all the way up.
Do we see her running out of the lighthouse, or is she going to magically get up to the top? We'll have to keep an eye out, see if we can remember.
Mm.
I don't think they do a full, she has to run up all the stairs on screen. Except we are getting, I was going to joke that we were going to pad it to her walking down the whole fucking staircase, but we got a lot more of that than I thought we were going to. Well, I mean, the movie's only 89 minutes and change. Like, it doesn't break 90, even with
Mm. The
the,
credits.
yeah, even with the Century Canal tag.
Mm.
Like, I think the hair's different.
Well, it doesn't look windswept at all.
No, but I think it's bigger than it was. But she had it up in the first scene. But I think basically I think what happened is they added on all of the previous night stuff or rearranged shit.
Yeah.
And that really we're supposed to be just getting the whole day that starts with the kid finding the gold coin. Which means there's a bunch of shit going on right now that got cut, basically.
Mm.
Coolio was on trial and they cut it.
But he was in the trailer, man.
It was in the trailer. I wasn't going to go see it without Coolio. I
I saw
haven't
him in the trailer, and then the movie came out. He wasn't in the movie.
I haven't watched the director's cut again. I don't know. I can't. I don't
It's
know.
it's better,
It's better, but
but yeah, not by much. But it's I don't know. I liked it back then, even as is. But eh,
yeah, so did I. But it just
I'm kind of afraid to revisit it.
she's
There's stuff that
she's
worked.
really bad. That's the
Yeah,
thing is
she's
she's
bad,
really bad.
and that's one of the worst things about it. Oh,
But they like
damn.
really didn't know how to do fight choreography in like 2003 or whatever. Like
Mm-mm.
six must die. Just saying, Poltergeist 3, John Carpenter could do that with a lot less money than you probably had. Just saying.
This is before she got the fro escape from New York.
Yeah, the early 80s. Yeah.
The Joni Cunningham perm.
Mhm. Okay, so here we go. Another efficiency shot here. They're presumably on like a Coast Guard cutter or something. We never see the Coast Guard. Like, we gotta keep our eye out. When they meet somebody else, are they gonna be like, hey, is that your kid? Like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Mm. No, you can't take the boat into the pond.
Can you just do this one thing for me, Michael? Can you just do this one thing?
You stay away from those Brody boys. I'm
I wanted
a
to go trick or
vampire.
treating with E.T.
So already Barbeau since it's a disturbance within the force,
Mm-hmm.
but the show must go on.
Like, I wonder if that was originally supposed to play like we didn't know if she was really seeing it. I mean,
Mm,
yeah. We also are going to lose all of these awesome, like, bay shots
yeah, look at that.
because when it's
This,
nighttime,
that is not Matt. This
no.
is a real location.
Oh shit. I think this is somebody. We'll have to see in the credits. Um, we would, of course, have the autopsy scene in Halloween 2, also written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill.
Mm. What size shark was responsible for that?
Why the fuck are they wearing the same shirt?
Well, they're working class guys,
Okay.
blue collar, or
Plaid.
they know how
Plaid
to
top.
get their hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Go home and drink a beer.
Okay, so he had salt water in his lungs or some shit. We had a morgue scene in the Blob 1. Did we have a morgue scene in the Blob 2? Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right off the bat, almost.
All we have, are we gonna have a morgue scene in Fog 80 or Fog '05? We'll have to see. I think he liquefies here or something. But it's just like really fucking weird that we only have 40 minutes left of the movie. Like, this is like the first act of this is the first act of the Blob.
Yep. That's why everything has to, the pacing has to come up a bit.
Uh-oh.
No, 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 no. Now, how many fan trailers made a fake Halloween trailer
Sadly, not enough.
using that clip?
That's perfect, though.
Yeah, you can use that.
Oh, there was in the opening credits for the costume design, they mentioned like a shop or something. I wonder if like their shirts came from the same store.
I don't doubt it.
So Carpenter was a big fan of like British sci-fi horror shit. Like he liked Quatermass, which is not good. And like some of this has like a very like I don't know,
Hmm.
Britishy vibe with the
Oh yeah, especially when they do their little coastal communities,
Mhm.
because they do it a lot over there too.
Now why the fuck didn't Carpenter or not Carp Houseman have something to do with the 100th anniversary because he was on the night before, so he could have been okay.
Well, Houseman had a movie to film called The Babysitter.
Probably fucking did.
Took up way too much of his time between that, this, and what, the paper chase.
Yeah, getting back on the paper chase after a 7 year hiatus. Got to bring that shit back on. What was it, Showtime or something?
Showtime, yeah. That was their anchor show for a minute.
How? How was that their anchor show? Like,
I, they had what, uh paper chase, and then they had that sitcom Brothers, which also ran forever and hasn't been on in reruns since like Channel 66
holy shit.
canceled out. So I don't know why they
Aw.
never. It's not on DVD either. I don't think.
Why are they having the official meeting with the mayor and the police chief in the bar?
Well, they were probably down there anyways. That's where the celebration is, or whatever. And everybody has to have a drink.
You can dial any number in the area from this phone. It's not what you think. It was the phone.
Disney's The Watcher in the Woods.
Come on, hurry up.
uh, it's kind of how those cars were back then. That green ass light.
But like Jamie Lee Curtis, they literally had her show up for work and spend
Right.
most of her time in the background, out of focus, not doing anything. Like,
Oh yeah.
they're
It's
like, you
now like
think this is bad? In Halloween 2, you're in a bed the whole fucking time. Like,
because from this point on, she's not important to it much.
no, it's very weird.
She really took a step down in this. 'Cause
Yeah, and it was always like sort of when people hadn't like seen it in a long time, they sort of remembered it in that initial pre Trading Places clump of Scream Queen stuff for her. But
Mhm.
because there was a whole period where they sort of advertised her as being the murderer in Prom Night. She was holding the butcher knife, right?
All right, yeah, prom night. Yeah,
Yeah.
That one,
Mm.
I watched the remake not long ago.
Oh shit. Too bad they didn't use the song.
Or actually, it
Wait,
wasn't. Hmm?
the first remake, didn't they remake it again?
I don't know if they remade it again.
Okay.
I saw the one with what's her face. Um, Damn, Brittany Snow and
Okay.
Jonathan Sheck plays a psycho, and Idris plays the hero cop. He wasn't bad in it, but it was just hokey, you know. Took a lot of cues from I Know What You Did Last Summer for sure.
Did we watch that?
Probably, I don't know. We might have.
Okay. Wait, no. This is something else. That's an 11-minute short. What was the one that I'm thinking of then? There was some slasher movie that got remade like twice or something. I don't know. Whatever. Um, no, don't, Dan. It's The Fog. I mean, no offense to Charles Cyphers, but it's just like, man, I didn't figure you were going to make it very long. Like,
Oh no.
it's not a stupid joke, Dan. It's The Fog.
Mood lighting for you.
I'm going to make another comment that might be a little bit of a hot take.
Mm,
Shit at least happens in Friday 13th movies, usually.
mm.
Like,
Well,
there's shit happening.
the what you call it? Those scripts are written to have shit, you know, after a while. They said you can't have at least 5 minutes go by without some sort of something.
Right.
That was like the rule.
So Selma Blair plays this part in the remake. I am a big Selma Blair fan for some reason. Certainly not because of the remake. I believe she is terrible in it. So we have that to look forward to.
Mm.
Yeah, the problem is it's like it's got a decent first act, but then like its second first act is okay, but then it falls apart, and then we get this, and there's just nothing to it because
Well, it was one of those. We're gonna make the special effects work for us movies. You know, they basically said, "Look what we do with all of this crap. Look where the
yeah,
budget goes."
back to the fucking bar, obviously. That's where he goes. I'd use the bar phone and save my quarter.
Right? What the?
Uh-oh.
Uh
The
oh.
fog knows how phones work.
See how easy this was? Just to
Hmm.
Everybody's got a smoke machine, a fogger.
Who knew watching fog blow would be boring? Sorry, was that?
Well, finally, where it's kind of unbalanced, the tension is building.
25 minutes left. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't. Are we
Well,
going to
what
see
it
the
is,
kid again? Like,
it plays
yeah,
like a a, a story being told, so it
yeah.
or a book.
It's weird how generators always suck in movies.
Always, or they don't have no gas in them or something.
Mhm. What the fuck is this? Did we establish they were going on a mission? I can't.
Yeah, I think they were gonna go talk to the sheriff because they called him, right?
No, that was old girl. That was Adrian
That was her,
Barbeau.
but
Yeah.
somebody else called the something.
They were
He
talking
decided to
on.
go.
Okay, he went. Maybe he's checking powers.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the fog's there.
Oh man. Oh, this is they're at the control booth where Cypher's got it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna kill the old lady? Does any? Okay, good.
Yeah. Don't open the door, stupid.
Oh, come on. Don't open the door, lady. So they're only killing like six people, though, at this point.
Supposedly, right? How many is
Yeah,
this already?
I think they've had three. So if they take her, there
That's
should only
four.
be two more. Yeah. But I think something goes wrong because Hal Holbrook has like a keep moment. This movie is a little bit too much like the keep in that fog machines and smoke machines don't make it all happen. Okay.
Uh-uh.
There goes Grandma.
Oh, look at that. It looks
Yeah.
like a hand.
Did they ever do that on the poster? They should have.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the fog is almost blob-like.
Mm, it's pretty fucked up because they didn't break into any of the houses. They just went away.
Yeah.
Like, what are the rules here?
I guess since there's somebody there that's alive. Uh, the
Ugh.
thriller.
Oh, you know the trailers are much better than unless they're not, and then they just do all the jump scares.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know
probably a
how to
lot of that.
drive stick. We're stuck in the mud.
Oh.
This is another one. I wonder how it is in black and white.
Oh
Where's the
yeah.
Soderbergh cut? You know?
Do it, do it.
God.
Uh, right.
Okay, so now we just got to get Adrienne Barbeau out of the fucking. Oh, wait, she might not leave the radio station now that I think about it.
I don't think she does.
Yeah.
They get close and then it's all over with. Like that's what that's the
Yeah.
I guess the tension at the end there. Mm.
Do we even see the fucking statue they unveiled? I don't even know if we see the statue they talk about. To tell them about the fog.
Wow. Shouldn't the fog already be like halfway through?
Yeah, I mean, it should be the fucking.
It's been converging
Yeah.
for a while now.
Wait a minute, she's at sea level. I mean, yes, she's in the lighthouse,
Yeah,
but the
because the lighthouse
lighthouse is
isn't.
down.
Yeah, it's a little lower.
Yeah, she shouldn't have a very good vantage point. All right.
That's why they play it like the lighthouse is on like some tall tower, which it isn't.
But this is also something like this sort of the methodology of the fog's invasion. You could do something really deliberate with this. The sequel or the remake will not do that either. Like with
Mm,
money, you could really do something with, or even not even money, just like general CGI. You could do some shit, but it won't.
uh-uh.
Don't go to the church. Well, you should go someplace else. You should stay away from the fog.
Well, it's rolling in.
Wait a
So
second. They're driving them all to the church. We also have no idea what happens to the townsfolk with the
we're already down
candles.
there. Yeah.
That's what you do. You do a side quill set at the festival. Um, I guess we're not going to get any acknowledgement between Jamie Lee Curtis and her mom in the movie.
Hmm.
Like they just introduced, but also the kid was already inside, so
The
Hal
kid could
Holbrook's
be a
drunk as fuck.
yeah. The kid could be a puppy by now.
Hmm.
They could have just changed the kid and it wouldn't have mattered.
Blah 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 blah. Look at that. She's in a
Hmm.
weather satellite. Hmm.
Right. If the fog spread out that easily, then they would have already gotten it 6 people.
Hmm. Like in theory, it would have eaten up all those fuckers down at
Yeah,
the
the town.
festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why aren't they good enough? Just because they don't have lines? That's not fair. Uh-huh. How much longer? Damn, 15 minutes? 15 minutes.
Oh, there you go. It's not really a thing, but she does look at her.
Yeah. Maybe you should have read your fucking book last night, Hal Holbrook, instead of getting all drunk. Mm. Could have done that with John Carpenter's help last night. Hey, you think John Carpenter ever saw Prince of Darkness? I feel like he should have been a little bit more circumspect of that effect after he'd had like this experience. Like things don't go well when I do bright lights, diffused bright light sequences. No, no, leave Nancy Keys alone, you son of a bitch. Oh, you did right away. That's good. Very dramatic. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's just like not just like Carpenter's suspense timer was off.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Rob Bottin, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Heels. Shawnee Smith's Heels in
Mm-hmm.
The Blob. Yeah. What now? Oh, okay. You'd think dude would be like in communication with everybody, like a Borg hive net mind or something, but no. This means that throughout Antonio Bay, there are just fucking lepers. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
This does seem like a British fucking Hammer movie.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
mm.
So now the ghosts are all going to disappear. And like, how the fuck are you going to put the three of them together and not have a single line of dialogue? Like, what is the point?
Yeah. That was a miss right there. It's almost like a Stephen King adaptation.
Yeah.
This could easily be a Castle Rock.
Yeah. I also feel like Adrienne Barbeau's arc is does not pay off. Like,
Well, she almost takes a couple of them with her, though.
you know, good fog rolling away. It's so exciting. Honestly, the kid should have been more annoying. Like, he needed to start repeat his lines at least twice, like every other fucking annoying kid in movies. Right. It's going
Yeah,
away. It's going
he wasn't
away.
scared enough.
Now,
He wasn't one of the kids from Halloween.
where the fuck are the people in the statue? We never get to see the unveiling of the statue.
Yeah, it's got to be reshoots.
Mm-hmm.
The hair is definitely different.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is also the end of the original Thing from Another World. It ends
Mm.
with a warning address. Like it really all Carpenter's first 5 or 6 years all do just tie together and like but here we get Hal Holbrook. Um Come on, can we just get to this too?
Oh, that's right. He thought he got away. Thought
Yeah,
he got over.
but he didn't. And like there was no reason to think he should. So like why the fuck didn't they just kill him earlier? Like
Right, he could have just took him with the cross.
yeah, like instead of us
I
having
guess
to pad it out a couple more minutes.
this is the end jump scare or whatever.
But we also get no resolution for any of the other characters, none of it. Whereas that, if we'd had some resolution, maybe the Hal Holbrook thing would have been a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
effective. I don't know. Let's see. No, they're not in alphabetical order, but
Tom
so
Atkins and Nick Castle.
mhm. Dan O'Bannon, Charles Cyphers is Dan O'Bannon. George Buck Flowers is Tommy Wallace. I thought what's her face was the mayor. I guess not. Darwin Jostin, yes, Dr. Phoebes. So the
Christopher
coroner
Cumby.
is the lead from is white guy lead from Assault on Precinct 13.
Mm. Oh yeah, this is bad.
Yeah,
It's definitely not Halloween.
no. It's not. I mean, it's his biggest dip for quite a few years, considering how good of an like yeah. And I think it probably I don't know if it plays. I mean, plays better knowing it's only 85 minutes, but like the payoff go. You could stop watching this at the hour mark and not miss out on a damn thing.
No, you could turn away.
Also,
Come back in the
why
last
didn't
10 minutes.
you get Houseman for an epilogue too? Like,
Right, just to wrap it up.
yeah, very, very pretty though. Very pretty.
It looks good, yeah.
Um, Ugh. Okay, so yeah, next week will be the Fog 2005 or 6 or whatever the fuck it is,
Mm.
starring Tom Welling, Maggie Grace, and Selma Blair. We are in for it next year or next week, folks. We are in for it. Point Rees Station in Inverness. Get a Coca-Cola in the lobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like you can wait on the Fog in your John Carpenter experience. Like you do not need to hit it early. You can you can backfill with it. There's a lot of other shit to see. Obviously see it before The Ward, but it should be it's good to watch that post Big Trouble or something. Like it plays better when you have a little bit of ingrained nostalgia for it. Even that wears off pretty fucking quick though, because Tom Atkins is really not much of a lead.
No.
It did make me want to watch Godzilla 84 though.
Mm.
So or The Return of Godzilla, as I believe it is now known. On doesn't Pluto have a Godzilla channel? I think it's on there. They're finally showing the subtitled OG Godzilla 84, 85.
Mm-hmm.
So cool.
Yeah, I only watched a couple of them on there because they also they mix in the Rodans and all of those.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
Nah, it's just
Oh.
okay. Well, anyway, folks, couple weeks we get Beverly Hills Cop, but
Yeah,
not
before
next
that we
week.
have to
We have to make it through the fog again.
drive through, yeah, Fog '05.
How long is it? I'm gonna look.
I don't think it's that long.
Just curious.
Because it's, you know, when did the late '90s, early 2000s cycle of like horror movies kind of? I remember it just shut down because there were still movies being made in the early 2000s that were either remakes or they were clones of like Scream and I Know What You Did. And The Fog was one of them because they were still trying to make stars out of WB actors.
Mm-hmm. Has Maggie? Oh wow, Maggie Grace still gets jobs. That's incredible. Oh yeah. It's 11 minutes longer than the original, so fun. That'll be next week. Thank you for staying awake with us, and beware the fog.
Beware the fog. Good night.
The night before the celebration, Sandy and Kathy stayed in Antonio Bay, preparing for the town's grand parade. A well-oiled team, they worked through chaos with a smile. Kathy's nerves and Sandy's calm, they managed it with style. Whispers in the fog, shadows in the night, a town's history uncovered under pale moonlight. As the celebration dawns, tension starts to rise. Whispers in the fog, secrets in disguise. Late into the evening, they shared a quiet thought. Stories of the town's past, the memories they brought. A phone call broke the silence, strange noises in the air. Sandy reassured Kathy, but felt a creeping scare. Whispers in the fog, shadows in the night, a town's history uncovered under pale moonlight. As the celebration dawns, tension starts to rise. Whispers in the fog, secrets in disguise. A gust of wind, a rattled pane, a night disturbed by dreams. Sandy saw the fog and shadows, felt the darkness in between. She rose at dawn, prepared the day with Kathy by her side. Yet whispers of strange happenings began to spread worldwide. Stevie Wayne's voice carried a warning of the fog. A town on edge, the trawlers lost, a fisherman's grim log. Sandy held her post through rising fear and doubt. The celebration's joy now marked by rumors all about. Evening fell, the church a refuge as the fog rolled in. Stevie's words a chilling truth, the town's original sin. A golden cross, a stolen past, the curse it carried still. Father Malone revealed the truth, the horror and the chill. Whispers in the fog, shadows in the night. A town's history uncovered under pale moonlight. As the celebration dawns, tension starts to rise. Whispers in the fog, secrets in disguise. The revenants came, the fog grew thick. Malone stood strong and brave, offering himself and across a soul they sought to save. Sandy clung to Kathy in the church's hollow light. As the fog and ghosts withdrew, it seemed an end in sight. But as they left, a final twist, the fog came back again. Blake appeared, a ghostly form, the curse it would not end. Father Malone's fate sealed, the sixth death in their tale. Sandy felt the darkness, knew the town's future was frail. Whispers in the fog, the night had left its scars. Celebration turned to terror as the town gazed from afar. The fog's grip still tight, their fate not fully clear. Whispers in the fog, the town's future marked by fear. Whispers in the fog, the night had left its scars. Celebration turned to terror as the town gazed from afar. The fog's grip still tight, their fate not fully clear. Whispers in the fog, the town's future marked by fear.